Welcome to another episode of Find Property in Belize. This virtual tour is intended to give you an overview of some property developments and potential investments in the Corozal district. Although there are many more for sale by owner properties in the Corozal district, this video only covers the main developments in progress. So if you're ready to go, buckle your seatbelts and enjoy the ride. Most people visiting Belize will arrive at the Philip Goldson International Airport just north of Belize City in Ladyville. This is where you will check in with your passport and/or visa. Remember, you are not allowed to bring over $5,000 US without declaring it, so be prepared if you bring more. Nor are you allowed to bring in any perishable goods, for example, fruits and vegetables. While at the airport, it's a good idea to pick up a prepaid cell phone SIM chip, which will reduce the cost of your local phone calls during your entire stay in Belize. You may also want to visit the Belize Tourism Board at the airport, just to make sure there isn't any news or events that will affect your travel. Upon exit, you'll have two choices: flying to Corozal or renting a car and making the 2.5-hour drive north. If renting a car, all the car rental agencies are across the parking lot at the airport. For this virtual trip, we'll be flying. Since there is no direct flight to Corozal, you'll take a quick hop to Ambergris Caye, San Pedro. While there, you'll plan to stay for a couple of hours or even overnight. There are some great restaurants and hotels within walking distance of the San Pedro airport. Right across the street is Ramon's Resort and Restaurant, where you can get a bite to eat. Or, if you prefer, just down the road, about 4 blocks, is the Caliente Restaurant, which has very good food, and we recommend. Whether you stay the night or catch the next flight to Corozal, it's a 15-minute flight. And whether you fly Maya Island Air or Tropic Air, the first thing you'll want to do is have them call a taxi for you. At this point in your journey, you'll have two choices to explore the area, one by land or one by sea. You can charter a boat that will transport a group of people for around $300 US a day to tour the entire northern district of Corozal, including Chetumal. If you're adventurous and you would like to make the drive, you may want to rent a car, or you can hire a taxi for the day. Hiring a taxi for the full day can be costly and require multiple switches of taxi services if you plan to visit Chetumal on this trip. This trip will probably take the entire day, if not more, so be prepared to spend some time exploring the area. Our recommendation is to charter the boat, as the boat captain will take care of all the navigation to all locations, and he can get you to all these sites a lot more quickly, and also provide you a full tour of Chetumal. For information on chartering a boat, please contact us. For this tour's purposes, we will take the land route down the Corozal Bay Road. Go south down Corozal Bay Road. You will then take the first hand-cranked cable ferry. If you time it just right, you might make the first ferry. Or if there's a line, you may have to wait about 30 minutes for the ferry to go across and come back. After you cross on the ferry, you will want to drive over to Cerros, which is one of the Mayan ruins in the Corozal district. The next stop is the Cerros Beach Resort, where you can either get some breakfast or lunch. They have a fabulous menu and are an eco-friendly resort, and the owner grows many of his own fruits and vegetables and brews his own beer. We highly recommend them. You'll then go on to the next hand-cranked ferry that will take you over to Orchid Bay. Orchid Bay is a beautiful resort, but to be blunt, as you can see, it is hard to get to. As far as the land, it is leased and you pay for the construction of their pre-approved house plants. For more information, please contact us. At the end of the east side of the Corozal district is Sartanea, which is a small but remote fishing village. It has a few guest houses and plenty of available land, but it is way off the beaten path, and it is not an expat village. There are a few adventurous expats that live there, though. Since Sartanea is not a planned community development and is an actual fishing village and has been around for several generations, the biggest draw to this area is the low cost of undeveloped land. The prices can range from around $8,000 to $500,000 US depending on the size and location of the lots. After exploring the east side of the district, return back to the Corozal Central Park. You can stop off there to give you an idea of what Corozal town is like. Next to the park is the open-air market, where the farmers come and sell their fresh produce for extremely reasonable prices. You can find almost everything you will need at the markets. However, sticking with the locally grown produce is always a good idea. Any fruits or vegetables that have to be imported, such as apples, may cost quite a bit more. From there, you'll head north down Consejo Road. The first new development is called Oasis, which in less than 2 years has already sold out. There are a few lots available for sale by owner there, ranging between $11,000 and $13,000 US for a quarter-acre lot. The next development that we will stop at is called the Tree of Cortez, which is still in the clearing stage, and they are making progress on the clearing lots. We will update you when more information is available, but the half-acre lots are starting at about $20,000 US. About 4 miles further down the road, there will be a right-hand turn down Serenity Lane to a new development called Royal Colony Estates. This new development has been cleared and lots prepared, and starting price is about $30,000 US for a quarter-acre lot. Those of you investors that aren't familiar with the area, we've zoomed in on a grayish-brownish patch of land. This is not man-made, it's basically Mother Nature's swamp. So when making your decision, keep this in mind. Just down the road is a planned development called the Palms at Corozal, which has not been developed, and there are currently no signs posted. Continuing down Serenity Road, you'll find Serenity Paradise. These lots are developed and starting at about $12,500 US for a quarter acre. While you're in the area, if you haven't booked a place to stay in Corozal yet, we highly recommend the Serenity Sands Bed and Breakfast. While there, Penny will treat you like family and serve you a delicious breakfast. Returning back to Consejo Road, a few more miles north, a new development is underway and currently being cleared. This one hasn't been named yet and has quite an ambitious plan, including canals and boat slips for most of the lots. These lots are slated to start at around $75,000 US for 1/2 acre. The next area has been around for a long time and is well established. Consejo Shores was planned and developed over 40 years ago and still has few lots and many homes available for sale. If you're looking for waterfront lots, they are sold out, but the oceanfront houses will range from approximately $400,000 US up to $1.3 million, depending on the size of the house and the lot. Another new development is nestled between Consejo Shores and Mayan Seaside and is called Caribbean Land. It currently consists of 12 lots, about 3/4 of an acre each, for sale on the Consejo Road starting at $26,000 US. There is also a large 49-acre parcel on the road to Mayan Seaside starting at $220,000 US. The next development you will run across is Mayan Seaside, which is a well-established development with only a few remaining lots available. These remaining lots start around $30,000 US. After Mayan Seaside, there is a development called Buccaneer Bay, which has few waterfront lots, but no plans for electricity anytime soon. If you're willing to live off-grid, you might get a good deal. That pretty much concludes the north side of the Corozal Consejo area tour. Next, we'll give you a little bit of a secret why this area is so appealing to many expats. At 9 a.m. on every Wednesday, you can meet at the Consejo Village Pier, and for around $20 US, a water taxi will take you across the Chetumal Bay. You'll arrive at the pier of Muelle Fiscal, or in English, the public dock. There you will check in with the Mexican immigration, and there will be a lot of taxis waiting in front of the immigration office at the pier. If you walk a couple of blocks across the street, you can catch a taxi about half the price they will charge you at the dock. The normal fare is about 20 pesos, or approximately $1.80 US. This will take you just about anywhere in Chetumal. The first spot we recommend is the American-style mall called Plaza Las Americas, where you'll find Cinépolis, a movie theater with about 16 high-end theaters, where many times you can watch the newest released movies in English, subtitled in Spanish, sometimes even before it's released in the US. You will also find everything any modern US mall would have, from upscale shopping like Liverpool to Office Depot and a food court with around 25 American-style fast food restaurants such as McDonald's, Domino's, Panda Express, just to name a few. From the American Mall, you can catch a taxi right out front and drive a few blocks down the road. There's an auto zone for all your automobile needs. And if you have the time, check out the Chetumal Zoo. Right down the road is the new Home Depot. If you're planning to build your own home, this is a must-stop spot. Be prepared to spend more time here than you have by boat trip if you do. If you continue down the main strip called Avenue Insurgentes to the Terminal de Autobuses, the Chetumal Bus Terminal. Here you can purchase tickets for around $35 US each way, $70 round trip, to Playa del Carmen or Cancun, which are about a 5 or 6 hour drive by bus. Continuing down the avenue, you run across the Chetumal Walmart Mini Mall. Just as a reminder, you cannot bring produce or perishable goods back across to Belize. If you had enough shopping, you can stop off at the Los Archeros de John Jose or Don's Steakhouse, or you can get a nice meal and a cold drink before heading back. You can also stop at any one of the many pharmacies, or doctor's offices readily available about every other block throughout Chetumal. There are a lot of expats that go to Chetumal for all their medical care. The prices are very reasonable, sometimes less than your insurance copay cost. If you still have enough time, you can also stop by the Sam's Club, which is just down the road from the pier. Around 3:30 in the afternoon, they return from Chetumal back to Consejo. Before returning, you must stop and get your passport stamped to show you are exiting the country and returning back to Belize. From Consejo, you can head back to your hotel in Corozal. And the next morning, you may want to catch a taxi out to 4 Mile Lagoon. There are several developments with lots starting at around $80,000 US for lagoon waterfront lots. The lagoon has access to the Rio Hondo River that will take you out to the Chetumal Bay for anyone who likes to fish. From 4 Mile Lagoon, you can head out to the border town of Santa Elena. This is where you would travel by land across the border to Chetumal. It's approximately $19 US dollars for the exit fee. There are 2 casinos in the free zone between Belize and Mexico, where you can try your luck at gambling if you wish. After you've spent all your money at the casino, it's time to head back to the Corozal Airport. From the Corozal Airport, you can catch your flight back to Belize City. It takes the same route back to San Pedro, where you can stay a couple more nights if you wish, and enjoy the island nightlife. Or continue on to the Belize International Airport. We hope you've enjoyed your virtual tour. For more information, please visit our website at findpropertyinbelize.com.